Thank you for coming today. My name's Casey Galloway. I'm the owner of Cafe 19. I just wanted to welcome a couple of our special guests here today. We have some of the family of the woman whose picture we'll be unveiling today, Harriet Tubman. So we're very excited. Thank you for coming. And then also I wanted to say thank you to Generations Bank for your continued support and the donation of the photo that we're now able to hang in here.
Well, my name is Menzo. I'm the president and CEO of Generations Bank, and it's my pleasure to be here today. And we were so excited to do this. Trying to remember when it is I forgot your name, but I got your book.
Actually, no.
But I have a few remarks. It's really good to look at paper. Just to get it right, Pauline Johnson, the great grandniece of Harriet Tubman. And I met Pauline here in the cafe a few months ago. Actually, it was before.
It was last summer.
Last summer, right.
Women on 20s.
The Women on the 20 announcement with the Treasury Department here. And they came in and they looked around and they admired our other pictures that we have up of great women that moved along the movement for women's rights. And she said, "Where is Harriet?" And we talked a little bit. I always thought of Harriet Tubman, Freedom Trail, and the helping slaves and getting them from the south up to the north, and the Underground Railroad, and a great part of Auburn history, and certainly a stalwart for rights in general. And then she informed me that, hey, listen, my aunt hung out with Susan B. Anthony and with Elizabeth Cady Stanton and was part of the movement as well. And I got schooled, and I immediately said, well, here's what we need to do. We need to get a very good picture for our artist to make a rendition along the same line, pop art, a little creative, a little fun, instead of just the black and white images we often see. And Pauline was gracious enough to provide me with one. And I sent that to our All Pop Art in California. That's who does these pictures. And they created it, and we're here to unveil it today. And it's our pleasure to unveil our next picture that's going to grace the walls of Cafe 19. One of the things that we pride ourselves on is being involved in the movement for equal rights for women. Our first president, actually, Jacob Chamberlain, signed the sentiments. So that's a great part of our history. And we just put a statue out to commemorate and to show the timeline for women's rights. And it's funny, you had the right, then you lost the right, then we got it back, which is very important. And there's so many other things that we need to do as a country to make things right, to make us truly equal between the sexes and among many other groups. So in our small way, we hope this will help to spur us on to excellence. So with that, I'd like to introduce Katie Martin, make sure I got the name right, our marketing officer, and we're going to unveil the picture. You ready?
Okay, sure.
I'm excited. I'll hold it, you unveil, okay? It's like a Christmas present.
It is like a
Am I doing all right? Yeah. Okay, ready? She will grace the walls right over there just by the front door. We've already got the hook up, so we'll place that up there tomorrow. So it's available for everybody to see, and it's long overdue. So thank you so much. Would you like to say anything?
Not right now. But I think that's very good likeness of her.
All right. Well, we do have Laurel Ullyette. Did I say it right?
Ullyette.
Ullyette. All right. President of the Harriet Tubman Boosters Club, and I'd like to have her come up and speak a few words.
On behalf of the Harriet Tubman Boosters, I'd like to thank Casey Galloway, the owner of the cafe, and Menzo and Katie McIntyre of Generations Bank for their donation of the portrait. and for including Harriet Tubman in Cafe 19's gallery of early women suffragists. Tubman believed in the equality of all people, black or white, male or female, which made her sympathetic to the women's rights movement. She supported the effort through talks she gave in New York, Boston, and Washington, among other places. It's appropriate that we celebrate the unveiling on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Like Dr. King, Harriet had a dream too. She's quoted in Sarah Bradford's early biography, Scenes in the Life of Harriet Tubman. In my mind, I see a line, and over that line, I see green fields and lovely flowers and beautiful white women with their arms stretched out to me over that line. But I can't seem to get there, no how. I can't seem to get over that line. But she did finally get over that line. She vowed she would fight for liberty as long as her strength lasted. That liberty included equal rights for women in the years following the Underground Railroad. She definitely deserves this honor. Thank you very much. And thank you for inviting us to celebrate the unveiling with you.
Your turn, yes ma'am. Once again, Pauline Johnson.
I didn't know I had 3 different papers that I could have read, but I tried to choose one, the shortest one. So I'll read that to you, although I don't know if you already know about Aunt Harriet or not. But I'm just going to tell you not a little bit about her, but of how she had to live. The determination of African American men and women in the South to liberate themselves from slavery and gain freedom for themselves and their children, which started in the 18th century through the Underground Railroad movement. This legendary railroad was a network of secret trails leading out of the southern states to safe places in the northern free states, in Mexico and in Canada. The railway terms were used to confuse authorities and pursuers. Terminals and stations referred to houses, barns, and sheds where people could hide and rest. Station keepers were people who helped to free and clothe the travelers at these points. Conductors drove carts and wagons loaded with cargo or lead people on foot along hidden paths or rail ties at night from one terminal to the next. They communicated with passwords, signals, and coded messages aided by abolitionists, Quakers, and supporters and free Negroes. This movement guided thousands of freedom seekers to a new life. They had established roots into Canada from Kentucky, Ohio, New York, Virginia, and several other states, plus mainly along the northern shore of Lake Erie and along the Detroit and Niagara rivers. Several women were active in the Underground Railroad movement as station keepers and conductors. One of the most famous conductors was Harriet Ross Tubman. Her courage and stamina in fighting the evils of slavery made her a legend in her own time. Aunt Harriet was the woman who helped change the outcome of these United States, and I am very proud of her. Thank you.
So with that, we we do have some cake and coffee available, and I sincerely hope that we'll be taught some more history as we continue down this road. And there's still room for more pictures. We can always move them around. So we're always looking for a new look, a fresh take, and we're more than willing to do some more as time goes on. So it's our pleasure to put this in our collection. So thank you very much for the picture.
I'm very happy about it.
I'm glad to hear that. I made it right. Good. I'm glad I did. I'm glad we met. Thank you so much. So please do grab some coffee and some cake. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
That was a perfect picture. Perfect.
Nice to see you after we had a phone call.
I like that. I like what they did. We don't give them a lot of guidance.
I think we met at the conference. It's nice to see you again. Remind me of your name? Nancy. Nancy. Katie. Nice to see you. Nice to see you.
Just to the right of the pole.